Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to Double9radio.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very, very fine. Double 9 Radio.
Fantastic, fantastic. I love the energy already. I told my listeners today is going to be an amazing one. As always, we've got amazing guests who come on the show, and we got another one today as well. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my good pleasure to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm sure my listeners are wondering who's this soft-spoken, amazing, speaking, with picking up words before actually talks. Amazing, amazing. Tell us, who do we have on the show this evening?
Well, yeah, my name is Adeshola Onadipe. I'm from Nigeria, precisely, in Africa, and I'm a mother, a wife, a serialpreneur, a go-getter, entrepreneur, and I'm everything wonderful.
Amazing, amazing. I think I got my work cut out today. I mean, she's got so much things to talk about today. Hopefully, we can get through it as we go through the show. I mean, welcome again to the show. It's an honor to have you on Double9Radio to talk about what you're doing, how you've been supporting various things within Nigeria and also internationally as well. I want to say a big thank you for taking time out to come on the show again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Fantastic. I mean, you gave us a brief introduction about yourself. Your mother, your wife, and you have various businesses. You're a serial entrepreneur. But if anyone was asked, say, who is Adeshola? What would you say?
Sorry, come again. What do you say?
If anyone was to ask you the question, who is Adeshola? What would you say?
Oh, Adeshola, she's an accountant by profession, and she's a woman of virtue with lots of value that doesn't take no for an answer.
Oh, wow.
Very disciplined and hardworking at that.
Amazing. I mean, I think I love the fact you don't take no for an answer. You go ahead and try.
Yes, I don't.
Fantastic. You go ahead and try and break down any kind of obstacles or barriers. You never even see them. You just go ahead and make that
go
happen.
Extra mile.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. I mean, you mentioned you're an accountant, but I mean, I want to, I want to ask now because we will get to the point of where as we go on the show, what business are you doing right now? But before you actually went into this, what you're doing now, and have you always been an accountant, or did you have other roles before you actually became an accountant?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I was actually working in the banking industry for like about 10 years. And, I've been able to work in different departments, the customer service, the audit, the RRS, the service quality in about 2 to 3 banks that I've worked with, past in in 10 years in total. And that has actually built lots of experiences for me to be able to guard on with myself, to move on and be able to do my own kind of business that I wanted to do.
Amazing. So you went through that process, you built your confidence to say, this is what I want to do. And you took that, that amazing step. Amazing.
Absolutely. I was ready for it. Yes.
I mean, I love it. The confidence coming from you, I love it as well. It's amazing. I'm intrigued. I'm going to be absorbing all this confidence as well because it's quite amazing. And I love guests who come on the show and have this exuberant vibe about them. It is quite amazing. So you've been in the banking industry. I mean, everyone knows banking industry can be quite tough as well. You navigated your way through the banking industry. You know what? You said, I've gathered enough experience. So talk us through the journey of that change from moving from banking industry into where you are today.
Yes, like I said, I was actually ready for it. And the moment I was ready for it, I knew I was ready for it to move on because, there's a point in time in your life, that, okay, for you to be able to equip yourself professionally for anything that you want to do in your life, and you make that decision to move on, putting other things into consideration, maybe the family, the children, your husband, your home into consideration as well. And you're like, okay, you know what? I think I got to move on. And knowing fully well that you're going to go into the business world, which is quite not easy because this time you're going to be working for yourself. not expecting any, 30-day salary anymore. So at that point, you should be able to know that, okay, are you ready for this? So like I said, I was 101% ready, that I knew that, yes, I'm ready to go into the world to do my own business after with so much experience from the banking industry.
Amazing. I think that's quite remarkable, because most people would say, you know what, I'm in the banking industry, I'm getting a wage, I'm getting a salary, I'm just going to stay there. I'm
You're
content.
right. You're right. To actually tell you the truth, at the point I was trying to resign, I gave 1 month in notice to the bank for them to know that I will be resigning. Then there comes this promotion list. And my name was actually on that list.
Oh, wow.
And the temptation actually set in, okay, are you going to go for real, or are you going to continue? Of course, initially I was tempted to, continue the whole thing. But, thinking back about my children, which are girls, and my family, my marriage, my home, and my personal person at the same time, when you know that you can actually do more than what you're doing, like you can actually deliver more, then it's like I think the four-wall corners of the office room is not going to contain you anymore.
Amazing.
So at that point, I said, no, I will have to leave.
Amazing.
So I rejected the promotion, and I still leave either way.
Amazing. This is exactly it. You mentioned earlier, you don't take no for an answer. You want to go forth and achieve more. And you've actually demonstrated that in that, taking that vital step. Amazing. Okay,
Absolutely.
We will come back to that again, because I love that story. I love that story of determination and not even, being fearful of what is next. You want to go ahead and head on and, challenge anything that might come your way. Okay, you are the CEO and founder of Ladies in Business Magazine Global.
Yes.
I read a bit about that magazine. I'm hoping to hear more about it from you, because I think it's a great innovation. It's fantastic.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Actually, that's not actually the first business I ventured into upon leaving the banking industry.
Okay.
I went straight ahead to event management. I think I have about 4 businesses that I'm doing at the moment. So I went straight into event management company. And why event management company? Because, from my personal, from my strength of what I can do perfectly well, what I'm passionate about, delivering services to people, even right from the banking industry. And from there, I was able to, to step into the event industry. Like I used to tell people, you've got to do something that you're passionate about, something that is going to give you the great enthusiasm and a lot of creativity that you won't fed up, you will have fun doing it.
Yeah.
So going into event management was actually the goal thing for me.
Amazing.
Was the best thing for me, and it was something that I really, really found very, very interesting. So alongside the line, I started the Ladies in Business magazine.
Okay, and when was this launched? When was the magazine launched?
This was actually launched like about for 3 years plus now back home in Nigeria, Lagos precisely. And then what brought about that, while I was doing the event management business, attending shows, exhibitions, events, conferences, seminars, and all that. And I saw a lot of women doing wonderfully well, like excellently well.
Amazing.
And I said to myself, who is showcasing all those people? I mean, who knows about all those people? Because I don't know about them. And I know a lot of people don't know about them, but I can see their tenacity, their hard work, their struggle, trying to make success. And I was like, okay, you know what? Can we have a platform for these people, these women, to reign and shine at their own, capacity within their own status and
give them some recognition. Yes, amazing.
Yeah, give them the recognition for them to be seen, heard, and recognized, So, and I started making a research about, magazine. Though my husband used to do, magazine back in U.S., Texas precisely also. So I told him, I said, I want to start a magazine to start showcasing all those women. And we started, making a research about magazine meant for women. Yeah, sure, we saw a lot of magazine meant for women. But, hey, we need a magazine platform meant for ladies, starters, young female ones that are just starting. A woman is already made, has gone through XYZ alongside, in her life, and has, she has got a lot of experiences and all that. But this one growing up needs lots of lot of information to equip ourselves with, to be that self-made woman eventually. So I said to myself, we need something like that they can actually lynch on, to have a platform for themselves to reign and shine, and, to feel comfortable. And at the end of the day, they'll be able to achieve their dreams at last. And I said, can we have Ladies in Business magazine, please?
Amazing.
And there was none in the whole world. As I'm telling you up to now, right now, Ladies in Business magazine Global is the first and only kind of its magazine. You can Google it right now.
Amazing. I love the confidence. I love the confidence. You saw the gap, and you did what? You took a step to make sure it came into existence. Because, and as you know, women pay attention to detail. They love to be, portrayed in a certain way as well. But I want to ask a question. You had this idea, from inception. You saw the gap in the market. You think, what? How can I plug into this market? Okay, then you came up with Ladies in Business Global Magazine. What were the challenges initially? Encountered?
You see, the point is, of course, I'm not a journalist. Like I said, I'm an accountant.
Yes.
Okay, so coming from the journalist angle was a bit of a struggle. But the point is, I have the idea, the imagination of what I want to put together, how I want it to be, but how I'm going to do it to make a page 1 to page 100 or 200, I have no clue about, okay?
Yeah.
But I have what I wanted to put together right there in my brain, talking about different topics that we should need to talk about to develop these female ones growing up, for them to be whom they have to be. And that is why we have in the magazine, we have a lot of segments that we talked about. We talk about fashion, we talk about fitness, we talk about parenting, we talk about education, we talk about the women still working in the office as well, bringing up the experiences that I've gone through, to share them, to let them know that, okay, you can actually find a way to balance between your home and, working in a 9-to-5 job. So we have about 15 segments in the magazine.
Amazing.
Talking about various things that could help this woman, this young one coming up to grow and develop and equip themselves to face the business world.
Amazing. I love it, man. I love it. You had the vision. You had a vision and you had a direction. And I'm sure you had a great team to put it together. It's been going for 3 years. And I think that's quite a remarkable achievement on its own for 3 years. That's quite good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Please carry on.
When I talked to a graphic designer guy, I said, can you put this together for me? And I just spoke with him. I just gave him a just idea of what I wanted to achieve. And when he brought the magazine live for me and I was handling it, and I was like, oh my God, yes, this is it. So from there, we start to develop and do a lot of things with the magazine.
Amazing. I love that. So you paid attention to detail as well to make sure it was the same, the type of quality you wanted, because you do have a lot of magazines in the market.
Absolutely.
Loads of magazines in the market. People create different things every day. But if anyone was to say, what, I'm listening to Adeshola this evening. She sounds amazing. Everything she's saying about London, Ladies in Business Magazine Global sounds great, wonderful. But I still want to be convinced. So what would you say to them and say, what's unique about your magazine in comparison to the millions and zillions of magazines out there in the market?
Yeah. Apart from the beautiful content that is very valuable in the magazine, this magazine is very interesting to behold in the sense that it's a double face. When you're looking at a page of the magazine, you get to a point you need to turn over to see another wonderful lady that we're featuring. It's actually Double Space magazine, okay? And it's a magazine that is full of nice, wonderful colors, because I know I'm dealing with women, with the female, and we've got to come out with something creative, something interesting, intriguing, something, that you want to keep to yourself, that, okay, you know what, I have this magazine, and it's something that you want to go through and read through, because from the magazine, all our article writers are from the people that are on that professional itself.
Of course.
Yeah, you understand. We don't take random writers For example, for the fitness and wellness, we have a professional women that on that line, on that discipline, taking care of that. Like for singles and married, we have a marriage counselor handling that. So all those things we put into consideration because we want people to actually relate from their experiences, from their problems, so that they can actually get back to our article writers for more solutions to any problems that they may be going through.
Amazing.
So these are real people with real stories, with real solutions.
That's really good. That's really good. I mean, I want to talk a bit more about the magazine. We will go more in depth about you, about your journey and all the things. But, you describe the magazine as one which, professionals are involved in the creation from inception, to production and to print, which is quite good. But what would you say the target is? What are your target audience? Who are they? What kind of interest do they have? Why would they buy that magazine?
Yeah. Actually, my target audience are, like I said, this, young female ones growing up to go into business. I mean, entrepreneurs globally in the world right now is the next line to go. I mean, some people are still, doing the office work like that. That's all right. But, lots of female are actually coming out right now to go into entrepreneurship, and they need to be equipped, to equip themselves with the information, with everything they need to go through. So our target audience are majorly young female entrepreneurs globally, and also women in business as well, okay? Because we have them as our mentors, as, to give us, mentorship advice on how they've gone through it, what their experiences are, that they have to share with us, and let us know the best way to go through, while we're going through the same thing with them. So,
amazing.
That's the main,
Okay.
people that.
So today's discussion was tagged as Breaking Global Barriers, A Journey to Greatness. And the reason that we actually tagged today's program as that was because we looked at the profile of your magazine, and you actually talked about it a bit as well on how you started, and what you've done is you've taken it beyond the shores of Nigeria as well. You've taken it to Dubai. You've taken it. You come into the UK. You come into the US. You're going global, and I think that's quite commendable. Quite commendable, and it shows a lot of passion.
Thank you.
With that as well.
Thank you.
But
thank you so much.
You're most welcome. But I want to ask a question again. As always. So you've taken this fantastic idea and brought it to reality. It's doing well. It's doing great. It's been 3 years. You're taking it to Dubai.
Yeah.
I mean, Dubai seems like, it's an amazing place. Everyone thinks about Dubai. You think about holidays. You think about, wonderful places to go to. But how has the reception been for the magazine?
The reception has been 101% huge. That the thing is, I was thinking back home in Nigeria that, okay, the mission and the vision that I have that made me to put up the magazine in place is just it. But upon reaching here, though, my daughter is here, schooling here as well, which actually was the first thing that brought me here to Dubai. So, but upon getting here, I realized that it's actually the same thing. Lots of women doing wonderfully well. And that was actually, when I decided to go global upon getting to UAE. And I was like, you know what? We've got to go global with this magazine because it's like the same thing. We have a lot of women out there. The thing is, we need to pat ourselves at the back. A lot of women trying to do one or two things, starting from stage A to stage B, making an achievement, that little improvement. It's worth celebrating. I mean, it's okay, it's like, everybody's trying to be on Forbes magazine and all that. It's okay. I mean, that's cool. You understand what I'm saying? But the point is, before it gets to meet you or to know you eventually, maybe a politician or a conglomerate, and you have this huge success, back behind your door. But you've gone through a lot of process before you get to the stage. So I said, you know what? Let's have the same thing here. And the acceptance has been so huge, and the same thing, everywhere, even like from Nigeria. And I was like, you know what? I just got to kick this down. And I've started it. We've launched it this March. And it was huge turnout with a lot of celebration with the She Awards program. And it went emotional because, I can hear women saying, oh, my God, for the past 10 years, for the past 15 years, this is the first time I've been awarded for my job, for what I've been doing. And it's like as if nobody's seeing me. It's like as if I'm not doing anything. And that is not the truth. You understand? So that is what the magazine is all about. And that is why, I initiated the She Awards as well to back it up, to applaud and reward all these wonderful women doing excellently well.
I think that's quite remarkable. That's quite amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was not easy. You had to put in a lot of work and also ensure your brand was, presented in a very fashionable and amazing way, because women are very keen on attention to detail.
Okay.
They're very keen on what it looks like on the presentation, and what you've done, you've broken the barriers.
Quality.
Yes, and quality as well. So you broke the barriers of just the Nigerian market, and you've gone into the Dubai market, and the reception has been remarkable. I think that's quite amazing. I really congratulate you on that as well.
Thank you so much. Okay. I really appreciate it.
You're most welcome. So now let's talk about, you mentioned earlier, just briefly, you have various businesses. You mentioned the events business. What other businesses do you have? Because you're a serial entrepreneur. You have the different businesses. Tell us more about what else you do.
Yes. So apart from the magazine and apart from the event management business, I'm into luxury flat apartment, which actually has to do with real estate. It's a section part of real estate where we actually accommodate people from different parts of the world. All those things I've actually been doing back home in Nigeria. So I was actually just replicating them here in UAE as well. Dubai is a destination for a lot of things to be done. People are going to sleep somewhere, a lot of hotels and apartments. So I was like, okay, you know what? Why do I just not continue? So I started the luxury flat apartment here as well, where we, accommodate people coming from different parts of the world to stay in a place, like a staycation and all that.
Yeah.
And also, I'm into Business Innovation Academy. And that academy is actually literally to help all those female, ones that into business, for them to, find a way to actually have a proper way to have a business structure, to professionalize their business in terms of branding, in terms of logo, in terms of website, in terms of business investments, and every other thing that they need to make up, their business to be well set up and well structured in a professional way to be acceptable in the business world. So that is actually what the Business Innovation Academy is all about. So those are the things that I do.
Amazing. Also. So you mentioned, we know about the Ladies in Business Global magazine. Now we know about the luxury apartments, both in Nigeria and in Dubai, and also the Training Innovation or the Business Innovation Academy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure, you feature people. You feature people in magazines recognizing what they do.
Yeah.
I think we are doing Double9radio are recognizing what you do. We're giving you that recognition now because I think you're amazing. And the reason I say that is because you've taken it upon yourself to. I keep repeating this because a lot of people. I'm not saying people shouldn't do things within the country, but it's good to be able to represent the country in a positive image, especially with the kind of representation we've had in the past. So it's quite refreshing.
Yeah.
To find or to come across individuals who represent the country in a positive note. And I commend you for all you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we're actually, I'm actually planning another something huge towards December. Is actually talking about African change movement.
Amazing.
We need that movement. We need that change in Africa. And just like you said, representing where we come from for people to know who we are and, what we actually do and our culture and our tradition and every other thing about Africa. So I'm actually pushing that out by December with another fantastic movement, all in the name of, showcasing and representing Africa positively.
Amazing. I can't wait. And I'm sure we would love to be part of that movement as well, to give our to give our 2p,
yes.
In there, Okay, so we're talking about 3 major businesses now, and you're taking on something else coming up in December. And from what you've actually described and how you've actually described the businesses as well, you seem like an individual who pays attention to detail, who doesn't compromise on quality as well.
Sure.
But I want to know, how do you manage the businesses you own without compromising on services and quality? Because they're quite intense, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, actually, the thing is, these are the things I'm passionate about. So I actually don't, find it very difficult to actually navigate from one business to the other. And we still have our, the people that we work with back home in Nigeria. So that are still, taking care of that for us, so we're able to still, get through with them to know what is needed. And here also, I've started the same thing, like I said. And, regarding the December event, what I'm going to do is actually born out of passion as well.
Amazing.
But it's more of going to be like NGO kind of a thing. So that's not going to be like a business, but like giving back to the society as an Africa to Africans. And that is what that's all about. But majorly, thank God for social media. I mean, you can actually do a lot of Zoom meeting, do your business research, your advertisements and everything online, even, offline. So managing the businesses has been, if you look at the businesses, they're actually like an umbrella that has, chains, connecting with each other. So I was able to, it's just like when you say A, B, C, D, E, and it follows through each other in that sense for me. So, and it's been not too bad experience for me to navigate and control the businesses.
Amazing. And maintaining your service and quality while you're doing that as well.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go for a short break, and we shall be back on the other side. Trust me, you don't want to miss the other side of this interview of this amazing individual, the CEO and founder of the Ladies in Business magazine, Global, and also she does luxury apartments both in the UAE and also Nigeria as well. And she has a business innovation academy. Oh my word. And something big coming up in December. Stay locked on, stay locked in. It's your host, Double9, on Double9 Radio. Welcome back. It's Double9 Radio. It's 1843, 2603, 2021. It's your host, Double9, on Double9 Radio, with our amazing guest today. That's Mrs Adeshola Onadipe, who is the CEO and founder of the Ladies in Business magazine, Global. And also, she has a business of luxury apartments as well, and also a business innovation academy. I mean, she's amazing. She's doing great things, maintaining the service and quality on all that she does. Welcome back, and thank you for coming on Double9 Radio.
Thank you so much. Welcome back.
Fantastic. So, I mean, we've talked about, the magazine, the Global magazine. We talked about all the business that you do. And also we touched on how you manage them without compromising service and quality. I mean, what stood out for me was the fact of, you mentioned earlier that you don't take no, which reflects in what you do now. You started off in Nigeria. You started in the banking industry, which can be quite, difficult. And you know what? You decided, I'm going to come out of my comfort zone and take that step. You said, they offered you a promotion and you said, I'm not taking that. Most people are saying, I'm just going to be comfortable in my own spot. But you know what? You took that step without even thinking of any fear. And now you've taken that magazine as well to the UAE, which has been, accepted quite well as well. And I'm sure you'll be coming to London quite soon, because we can't wait. But anyway,
absolutely.
What is the vision for yourself or for the business? I mean, let's keep it quite within 3 years or 3 years from now.
Well, the vision is actually, for every female entrepreneurs out there to be seen, heard, and recognized through ideas, innovation that will eventually bring about a huge change to all of them at the end of the day, and they'll be able to achieve their dream. And like I said, and like we have done, we're we've started back home in Nigeria, now in UAE. We've actually gone to Ghana anyway to start the magazine as well. Yes, we've gone to Ghana. We were supposed to go to South Africa. All things being equal, we still want to go to South Africa because my partner here, she's from South Africa, and we decided to partner together here in UAE to start the magazine movement also. So, and we have a lot of people calling us from Australia, from US, and from UK, of course. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, of course, it's a global thing because we can actually, it's like a synergy of what the mission and the vision is all about. It's the same thing everywhere, globally, that the upcoming female entrepreneurs are actually going through with a lot of struggle for them to be seen, heard, and recognized. And it's like a thing, nobody's taking up that stage for them, and they're just, wallowing through and just, finding their balance by themselves. Wherever it takes them to, they flow along with it. But no, hey, that is why Ladies in Business Magazine Global is actually there now.
Amazing.
To guide them, to protect them.
I love that. It's really good.
Yes, to guide them, to protect them, to give them the face, to give them a platform to reign and shine at their own status and level. The level of different, everyone is successful at their own capacity, different people. So we don't have to wait until you have a huge tours of conglomerates of businesses, of, being a politician or whatever you are, before you should be, seen or recognized, because everyone has put in one effort or the other, especially the hard-working female entrepreneurs globally.
Amazing. I love the way you put that. Yeah. That's a great vision to have. Yeah. I mean, you've started it as well. You mentioned you've been to Ghana. You're going to go to South Africa. You've been called in Australia. Yeah. I think that's very, that's amazing. But I mean, the question again is, you're focused on female entrepreneurs. But why do you think? Because it's almost like an empowerment thing you're doing, because when people are recognized for the effort, they put it into society or within, a country itself, they feel empowered. And also in the same vein, it's a positive to the whole, female population around the world because people can see. But why do you think it's necessary to empower women, especially for the future, for now and the future?
Oh, apart from the fact that I'm a woman and I have 3 wonderful girls as daughters, and the next thing that is going to happen is going to be for the women. It's going to be the women's world in a couple of decades. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry to say that. I don't know if I can say that. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know. But, what can we say? We love the women.
I'm telling you that the women are coming up with huge forces from different parts of the world, in government, in politics, in every station of every areas in women endeavors in the next world. I mean, we're actually in it. Don't let me say in the next world. We started it. You understand what I'm saying? So, and especially from Africa, we are looking at the situation whereby we need every African, women there to be part of themselves, that, okay, this is who I am. And like I said, that of what I wanted to, focus on in December, because, talking about, sex trafficking and a lot of things going on with the, with the African girls, these are part of the areas that we're going to touch regarding this Africa change movement that I'm working in. So these are the things that gives me the passion to go for the women, to support that female one, that young woman, that one that is trying hard to make things happen for themselves. It used to be the men's world, but hey, we're taking over.
We're looking at you. We got eyes on you. We got eyes on you. We're watching you. But I mean, I love that. I love the response you gave on that one. And I think
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I don't know about that, but yes, we love the women anyway. But I love the fact you mentioned, you're a woman and you've got, beautiful daughters there. Which brings me to my next question. Says, your role as a woman in business, because you're a woman in business and in a position of leadership. What do you think your role is to the young females within the society?
Yeah, like I used to tell my daughter, you you can achieve it. You can be whomever you want to be. And that was actually part of why we had that award category at the She Awards. We were not left out. We have the Young Female Leaders category award. And this is where we actually award all those young female ones in the universities, trying to do one thing or the other. We actually have I think we had 5 of them that we give the award to at the She Awards. They are in the universities. They have platforms that can help themselves to grow, and they're looking up to us to be like us. Even I tell them, you have to be more than us. You don't have to be like us, be more than us. So we actually, give them this award at the She Award, also as the, young female, leaders category. All those things is to part of, what to equip them, to tell them, it's not easy, but you're going to go there and you have to stand tall and high and achieve your dreams, and you can do it. If you can think it, you can be it.
Amazing. I like it. I give recognition awards to the females.
Thank you so much.
What is the criteria for anyone who to get an award actually?
Yeah, basically, like I used to tell people, the She Award is not about the winner or the loser, because there is this, in Abraham Maslow's, hierarchy of human wants talk about self-esteem. When you give that person the for them to have the opportunity to be appreciated, like, you're doing well, it's okay, even though you're down, now you're going to make it happen for yourself. So She Award is actually not about the winner or the loser. It's about telling every woman out there, every female entrepreneur out there that, hey, babe, you've done so well for yourself. You need to be applauded. You need to be rewarded. For you to do this now, you're going to do more and you're going to be more. So that is what She Award is all about. The basic thing is for them, for the people that, that have, we have the business categories, we have corporate ladies in business categories, and we have the achievers categories as well. So these achievers categories are basically the made women that have achieved so much, and they are part of us, of course. So we award them as well.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
And also we also have the corporate ladies in business category. These are actually the women that are still in the business, or still working in an industry. The 9-to-5 job category people. We still want to award them to let them know that, because so many times, so many politics happens in the office, in the business world, and it's like as if nobody's actually representing them. So we actually have a category, an award for them, as we tag the corporate ladies in business category. And then we have the top ladies in business category, which is actually all this, the entrepreneurs, the women doing a lot of businesses here and there.
Yeah.
And the fourth one was the one I mentioned earlier, the young female leaders category.
Amazing. I think you cover everyone there. You cover everyone there. But looking back at your career, from the banking, sector, the banking sector, to where you are now. I'm sure there's some challenges you encountered along the way. But what are some of these challenges, within the society do women encounter, and you think needs to be addressed?
Yeah, I think the first thing is the acceptance issue for people to get being authorized, like getting authorization from people's how do I put it now? Because I can remember then when I told one of my boss back in the banking industry that I want to start a magazine, and he started laughing at me, and he was like, "Shola, come on, if you're not a journalist, like you're an accountant, how can you say you want to go into magazine?" So I think last year he put a call through to me, and he said, "I'm sorry." I said, "What, sir? What happened?" He just said, "I say, I'm sorry. You see, I've been seeing all what you've been doing, and each time I need to talk to people, I use you as an example that I actually neglected you. I did not, go further to ask you about your passion, and for what I've seen, that I've been seeing you doing so far. I'm so proud of you. I keep talking about people to you, what you've been doing and how you've been doing it." And, so I was like, okay, thank you. So what I'm trying to drive out is that don't wait for people's authorization, the people's approval for you to do what you want to do. Just go ahead and do it. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, I've gone through so many challenges going with the businesses where I've had, customers batching my cakes, where I have customers not paying and all that. So many things has happened,
Amazing.
But all those things are the things that are going to, they're like failures, but they're going to build you up to the way up to your success, There is nothing called failure. They are all just part of the experiences of the things you need to go through before you need to get there. And those are the things you're going to be talking about as part of your lessons and experience of what you've gone through. Without an experience, I'm sorry, there is no success.
Amazing. Thanks. You couldn't have said it any better. I mean, there's one thing also I recognize in your determination to bring success or success out of anything you do. I mean, recently, we went through the pandemic, and we're still going through the pandemic in some parts of the world as well. It's been quite ravaging to the society and to the economy as well. I mean, but what advice would you give individuals trying to survive this pandemic? The entrepreneurs out there that might be listening to you this evening. What advice do you give them? To say, what, this is from me to you, surviving this pandemic. What would you say to them?
Yeah, actually during the pandemic, we actually, intensify our online presence more than before, knowing fully well that everybody is, online, and there is nothing we can do at the moment while we try to survive the pandemic session. So what I'm going to tell the every entrepreneurs out there is for them to find a way to be very, very creative to navigate within their business for how best and which way they can actually survive, for this pandemic to come to, at this time, it's a lesson for us to know that something can happen in the future, anytime, any moment. So we just have to be prepared and be ready for it in case such things have to happen again in the future without being caught unaware and said, oh my God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to figure it out? For whatever that happens, we've got to build ourselves and equip ourselves as a business person to be able to scale through no matter what the situation is. So I'm going to tell every entrepreneur out there to please always be creative in whatever you're doing. Don't be very flexible. Don't say this is it and this is it. And don't go, don't just be rigid. You have to be flexible for whatever situation you find yourself as a business person.
Amazing. You couldn't have said it any better. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so we have Ladies in Business Magazine Global currently in Nigeria, in Dubai, and soon to be in London and all other countries in the world as well. But ladies listening to you now, those ladies in business listening to you now this evening, who might have been really inspired about your journey and things you've shared with us this evening, what's your message to them?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them, first of all, be very locate your passion, find that thing that is your own thing, your own strength, for you to develop and grow. Leave your weakness. Forget about your weakness anyway. It's not the main thing. Just locate something that you're passionate about, something that you have your strength to fly fast and high with it. That way you can move forward. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to say your credit is low. Be very, very focused and determined. It's very important because along the way you're going to go through a lot of things. If you're not focused, if you're not determined, you're going to fall on the path, and it's going to be a difficult thing for you to pick up again and start all over. And the third thing I'm going to say is believe. When you believe in whatever you're doing, because a lot of people are going to talk you down. They're going to say, this is not valid. Your dreams are not valid. Oh, this is bullshit. Oh, somebody has done it before. Oh, this is that. They're going to say a lot of bad news, bad stories to keep you down. But hey, when you believe in yourself, knowing fully well that is why you are Shola, and the other person. Yeah, so I said the last one is believe. If you're not believing in yourself, I'm sorry, you may not be able to scale through, because a lot of people are going to throw a lot of negativities to you, and you're going to be told that you're not fitting to be there, or your dreams are not valid. But if you believe in yourself and whatever you want to do, once you believe you can, and yes, you will.
Amazing. Fantastic. Thank you for that. And again, I do apologize on that technical issue we had. But before I let you go this evening, we want to know something about Mrs Adeshola on as well, the CEO and founder of Ladies in Business Global Magazine. Tell us a fun fact about you that no one knows. We will check the facts.
The fun part?
Yeah, tell us something fun, a fun fact about you that no one knows. You can't make it up. We will check. And make sure it's correct.
I don't really know, but I love dancing.
Okay, but everyone knows that.
Okay, I think everyone knows that. I don't know, and I love to smile a lot. I don't. Everyone knows. I don't know. Is there something that people don't know about me? I don't really know. I don't know. I'm not too sure.
She's not too sure. Okay, we just take dancing and smiling as well. I think that's quite amazing. But I want to say a big thank you for coming on the show this evening. But before you go, I think we have a couple of questions that have come in from our listeners as well. I'll just read the question. Okay. One of the questions that's coming is, this is Kemi, says, what values or morals would you like our generation or this generation to adopt?
Okay. The value I'm going to tell them is for them to be original, be authentic, be real. Don't be someone else. Everyone is taking. I'm taking. You are taking. Everyone is taking. Just be yourself. Be original. Be authentic. Your reality. I mean, the real person in you is what people will buy into as a business person. Your personality, your own person is the main thing that is very important. Whatever you're doing, every other person is doing it. But what makes them to actually come to you, it's because it is you. It is because of who you are. You understand what I'm saying? So just be real, be original, and be authentic. Be genuine as possible in whatever you want to do.
Amazing.
I'm going to tell the new generations that,
Amazing. Okay. This is Stacey from East London, says, how have you dealt with challenges you've come across in your career?
Yeah, like I said, of course, it doesn't mean that I've not gone through a lot of process of failures. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I told you, like I said, I don't take no for an answer. And when people reject me, I just move on to the next person. I move on to the next line. I don't dwell on negativities. I don't dwell on bad news. I don't dwell on what's not working. Rather, I will move on to the next one and see if that's going to work. And most times, it will always work. Because when you dwell on something that is not working and you get frustrated over it and you're like, oh, my God, how am I going to get over this? You're losing the other ones that could have worked for you. So why not just leave it and move on to the next one or to the next person, to the next client, to the next contract, to the next thing that you know that is going to work. Sometimes, at the end of the day, the first one or the initial thing that doesn't work for you is going to come back to work for you after the success of the next one that you've done. So just don't stay there and be, lamenting and be saying, oh, my God, this is it. It's a sad one. No, just move on to the next thing or move on to the next person. If this person tells you no, say, okay, thank you, God bless you. Just move on to the next person. That's it.
I love your response because a lot of things that happen with people is that fear of rejection. The fear of rejection can be quite crippling for a lot of people to actually move forward and, and take that next step. And I think you're quite right.
Absolutely. No, I tell you what, I tell you a story. I was actually in a seminar and I met a woman and I was trying to talk to her, introduce myself and all that. And, she actually just looked down at me and just went away. And I said, okay. I just moved on. So I now met another friend in the same place, in the same event, okay?
Yeah.
And we were talking. And that friend was actually our friend. And she saw me talking to the friend. And when she came, and the friend was like, oh, you don't know, Shola, this is. And I'm sure in her mind, she was like, oh, my God, but I just told her off. I just looked down at her. You understand? So we came back together. So it's always going to come back and turn around back on you. So you don't get yourself bothered worked on that. Just move on. It's going to come back to work.
Fantastic.
For you.
Move on and focus on your goals. Amazing. Okay,
exactly.
We have another question from Grace in Newcastle. Grace says, what are your long-term goals regards the magazine?
Yeah, the long-term goal regarding the magazine, apart from what I've said, that we are trying to go global to all other, countries in the whole world, knowing fully well that it's the same everywhere. And we intend to, go global. That's actually the main thing anyway, because it's not going to be a day's journey. Taking each country after the other, it's a long one for us. And at the end of the day, we want to see Ladies in Business magazine to be the standardized magazine for female entrepreneurs out there globally, that they can actually say, this is our magazine, this is our platform, this is where we reign and shine.
Amazing. Okay. And one more question. I think that this is someone that has the same name as you, is Shola as well, from East London.
Oh my God.
You know, Shola says,
oh my God.
Shola says, what challenges do you encounter being a mom and a successful entrepreneur? And how do you deal with these challenges?
Yeah, you know, like I said, you know, now my children, you know, my daughters, the first two are actually grown up. One is 19, the other one is 17. Okay, so at the moment, it makes me, you know, to find a balance, you know, very well, because they are grown up and they're doing very well. You understand? They are entrepreneurs as well. You understand what I'm saying? So, but before now, while I was, you know, like I used to say, tell women this. See, there are stages in every woman's life, but you're gonna get to any stage that you want, but different particular time at different particular, you know, levels. As a mother, you're working in the banking sector, or you're working, and your kids are just maybe like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. You know, you have so much to balance in between that side, and which is actually part of why I left the banking industry to actually face my children. So along the line, I decided to start the business as well, which was able to make me to actually find a balance, you know, to take care of the children and still, you know, go ahead with my business. You understand what I'm saying? So for a woman, always put it at the back of your mind that you can achieve all, but not at the same time.
Amazing.
All right?
Amazing.
You can achieve all, but not at the same time. So you actually just need to find that particular time that is suitable for a particular purpose that you need to arrive and achieve to in your life.
Mrs. Shola, you just blow my mind. You just blow my mind. You just inspired me a lot, because what you just said now is a topic that a lot of people get confused about. A lot of people are not aware. You know, a lot of people blame society.
I've been there. I know what it is. No. You just have to find a way around it. Yeah.
You know, a lot of people blame society. A lot of people say, you know, maybe men, it would bring men into the discussion and things like that. But you've identified it. You've identified it now. There is a time. It might not be. It might not be the same pace as someone else, but you have your plan.
Absolutely. Yes.
You have your plan and you have your focus. So you've done what you had to do for your children. To a stage where you are quite happy and proud of where they are, and now you've taken the mantle to now make sure your business is is now the most important thing, and you have the time to do it now, and you're greatly successful in it as well. I think that's quite amazing. I think more women should basically emulate you and maybe inspired by what you said this evening, because I am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And I think I'm going to find a way to bring you back on one of our shows, because we do shows around couples and shows, because it's called Candid Expression Sunday, where we talk about,
I'm available. I'm ready.
Fantastic. I look at that because you've inspired me this evening. But I've had a great time on the show this evening. You've inspired me quite a lot, and I've learned a lot from you as well. Being a man, it doesn't matter, but we love the women as well. I think you should look at celebrating the kings, the African kings as well at some point. In the future.
But we do. We actually have a men's segment in the magazine.
Oh, you do? Okay, fantastic.
We do, because, of course, we can't do it without the men as well, because, there is a way and the perception of how the men sees women in the business world. So we need their advice, their perception of what they think or what they know about us for us to do better and do wonderfully well as well. So we have the men's corner in the magazine as well.
Amazing. I'm impressed. I can't wait for you to come to London and launch this amazing magazine. You've done well. You've broken the Nigerian market. You're now in the UAE. You're about to go to the US. You're about to go to Australia, as far as Australia as well. You're going to Ghana. You're going to South Africa, and you kept your focus. I think it's quite remarkable. I've had a great time on the show. I hope you have as well.
Of course, I have. I have a so wonderful time talking to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
But tell my listeners out there, if they want to, read about your magazine or follow you on Instagram or all social media platforms, please share with them as well.
Yes, we're actually on Instagram and Twitter handle, and the Twitter handle name, and same as the Instagram, is at Limbiz Global, LINBIZ Global, GLOBAL,
Yes,
Global.
fantastic.
The same name on Twitter and on Instagram, and I'm on LinkedIn as well as Adeshola Onadipe. All right. Yeah, and they can easily send us an email as well, ladiesinbusinessmagazine@gmail.com.
Fantastic, fantastic. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you can go also to Double9radio page and click on today's flyer, and you will find our handle on there as well. And you make sure you follow her and reach out to her as well. She's very open to engage with people. She's currently flying all around the world. She's not in Lagos or Nigeria at the moment, but she's flying all around the world. And you can, anywhere she is, she's available to engage with you as well. Mrs. Adeshola, it's been an amazing time on the show this evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. I'm looking forward to having you back at some point on the show as well, because I have been inspired by yourself, because what you've done today is made sure nothing stops you. You've taken the bull, the horn by the bull, or what, how they say it. You've taken the charge of yourself and your destiny, and what you've done is that you're breaking the global barriers, and you're on a journey to greatness. It's been amazing to have you on the show.
Just have to do it.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
It's been amazing to have you on the show. I wish you the best in the future, and have a great weekend ahead.
Thank you so much for having me. God bless you, Yomi.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.